Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Star Trek Voyager sequel series threatens to kill an OG officer that fans love. Voyager celebrates its 30th anniversary in 2025, and IDW has released a miniseries titled Homecoming to celebrate. In a preview for issue 2, the fan-favorite character Tuvok's life hangs in the balance, and Janeway must find a way to save both him and the ship. Star Trek Voyager Homecoming #2 is written by Tilly Bridges and Susan Bridges and drawn by Angel Hernandez. Tuvok is suffering from a neurodegenerative disorder, and only a mind meld from a family member can cure him. Unfortunately, Voyager has been hijacked by species 8472, and the species' psychic attacks have exacerbated Tuvok's condition. The fifth entry in the Star Trek franchise, Voyager, featured an intriguing crew composed of Starfleet officers, Maquis renegades, as well as inhabitants of the Delta Quadrant. Among the crew was Tuvok, Voyager's Vulcan tactical officer. Unlike his crewmates, Tuvok was much older. In fact, he had left Starfleet for many years before returning. Later in Voyager's run, it was revealed that Tuvok's health had been compromised. He had developed a condition that exclusively afflicted Vulcans, that caused hallucinations and psychotic episodes. Tuvok's condition would leave him childlike, and it partially inspired Janeway to alter the timeline and get Voyager home earlier, as it could be easily cured in the Alpha Quadrant. Yet in the preview for Star Trek Voyager, Homecoming #2 leaves fans sweating over Tuvok. Voyager returned to Earth, meaning Tuvok could get the treatment he needed, but species 8472 had other plans. Breaking their truce with the Federation, species 8472 had declared war and taken Voyager and her crew hostage. Tuvok needed help, and he needed it quickly as his condition was worsening. All it would take was a mind meld from a family member to restore him to health. What should have been a routine procedure has been put on the back burner as Janeway and company figure out a way to take Voyager back. Species 8472 was one of the most powerful alien races ever encountered in the Star Trek universe. They are better shapeshifters than the Founders and can resist being assimilated by the Borg. Species 8472 are also capable of psychic attacks, and Tuvok suffers the brunt of one in Homecoming's first issue. Star Trek Voyager fans know Tuvok got the necessary treatment and continued his Starfleet career, as seen in Season 3 of Picard. While that may seem to deflate the drama of the preview, the fact remains that Tuvok is the worst off he has ever been, and his life hangs in the balance while an invasion rages on. The Delta Quadrant is calling once again, but this time, the mission might come at an unbearable cost. In the much-anticipated Star Trek Voyager sequel series currently in development, shocking leaks and insider whispers suggest that one of the beloved original officers could meet their end. For fans who watched the crew of Voyager survive impossible odds to make it home, the idea of losing one of their own feels like a cruel twist of fate. Yet, it also promises the kind of high-stakes storytelling that defined Voyager at its very best. The rumor first surfaced in an early production note describing the new show's theme, reckoning with the cost of survival. While the phrase seemed vague at first, insiders have since hinted that it might refer not to a philosophical dilemma, but to a literal death. And if the buzz is to be believed, the officer in danger isn't just any crew member. It's someone whose survival in the Delta Quadrant defined the spirit of the original series. So who could it be? The Return to the Delta Quadrant, the Voyager sequel, set nearly 25 years after the ship's miraculous return to Earth, is rumored to explore what became of the crew in the years following their homecoming. Starfleet has evolved, old alliances have shifted, and the Delta Quadrant remains largely uncharted territory. Now, a new exploratory mission, partly inspired by Captain Janeway's own classified reports, is set to return beyond the edge of Federation space. But this new mission is far from a nostalgia tour. A mysterious subspace anomaly has emerged near the old Borg transwarp network, one that seems to be calling out to someone. The nature of that call, and who answers it, forms the emotional core of the sequel's pilot episode, and that's where the danger begins. The officer in the crosshairs, According to insider speculation, the returning officer facing potential doom is none other than 7 of 9, played by Jerry Ryan. The former Borg drone became a fan favorite during Voyager's later seasons and remains a powerful presence in Star Trek: Picard. She's now a Starfleet captain herself, seasoned, fierce, and deeply conflicted about her dual nature as both human and machine. The sequel's premise reportedly builds upon the themes of Picard's finale, where Seven took command of her own ship. Early production leaks describe her as being haunted by the ghosts of the Delta Quadrant and drawn toward an unfinished story. That unfinished story, according to the whispers, involves remnants of Borg technology that have begun reactivating, technology linked to Voyager's past. When she receives a strange signal using Borg harmonic frequencies, encoded with an identifier that only Voyager's crew would recognize, Seven leads a team back into the Delta Quadrant. It's there, amid the wreckage of forgotten Borg cubes and lost civilizations, that she confronts both her past and her mortality. Sources describe an emotional arc that could culminate in the ultimate sacrifice, though producers have kept the details tightly under wraps. Why Seven's death would matter? If 7 of 9 truly is the one in jeopardy, it's not just shock value, it's legacy storytelling at its finest. For decades, Seven has embodied Voyager's central theme: the journey toward reclaiming one's humanity. From the cold precision of a Borg drone to the deeply empathetic officer we now see, her transformation has been one of Star Trek's greatest character evolutions. Killing her off would be devastating, but also deeply symbolic. It would suggest that the struggle to balance humanity and technology never truly ends, and that even in death, Seven's influence on Starfleet's ideals would endure. Yet, many fans are already rallying against the idea online, arguing that Seven deserves not tragedy but triumph. After everything she's been through, her individuality, her leadership, she should live to see the Federation she helped shape. One fan posted on X, formerly Twitter. Another wrote, "If they kill Seven, they're killing Voyager's soul." Other possible targets, of course. Seven might not be the only name on the list. Some fans have speculated that Tom Paris, the ship's ace pilot and reformed rebel, could be the one to fall. Others point to the Doctor, whose sentient holographic existence raises unique existential questions. Could a program truly die, or just evolve beyond recognition? And then there's Captain Janeway herself. Kate Mulgrew's return to Star Trek. Prodigy proved that Janeway remains an integral part of the franchise. Yet, there's been persistent speculation that her live-action return could come with tragic consequences. A heroic death, perhaps saving her old crew one final time, would echo Voyager's enduring motif of sacrifice for the greater good. Still, most insiders hint that the story won't go for the most obvious emotional gut punch. Instead, it will target the character whose loss forces the others to confront who they've become since Voyager's journey home. That description still fits Seven best. A story about legacy and loss at its heart. The Voyager sequel isn't just about revisiting familiar faces. It's about confronting the cost of their legacy. The Delta Quadrant may have made them legends, but it also left scars that Starfleet's medals can't heal. The loss of an original officer would serve as a powerful reminder that exploration always comes at a price. Thematically, it fits perfectly with Star Trek's ongoing exploration of change, mortality, and the balance between progress and compassion. Picard ended by passing the torch to a new generation. Voyager's sequel could do the same, but only through the crucible of loss. The death of one crew member could ignite the rebirth of Starfleet's spirit, one founded on understanding rather than domination. It's the type of bittersweet storytelling that made The Wrath of Khan and The Undiscovered Country so unforgettable. Hope among the stars. Still, it's important to remember that in Star Trek, death is rarely the end. From Spock's resurrection to Data's rebirth in Picard, the franchise has always used mortality as a lens through which to explore identity and meaning. Seven's apparent death, if it even happens, could be part of a larger arc about transcendence, evolution, or even the next phase of humanity's existence. One insider reportedly described the ending of the sequel's pilot as a cliffhanger that challenges everything we think we know about what it means to be alive. That alone suggests that Seven's fate might be less of an ending and more of a transformation. The verdict: A risk worth taking. Voyager wasn't just about getting home. It was about who we become along the way. The show's characters faced the unknown with courage, empathy, and curiosity. To return to that frontier now, with all the emotional weight of decades of storytelling, would be a fitting tribute to their journey. Whether 7 of 9 falls, ascends, or simply evolves beyond human comprehension, one thing is certain. The Delta Quadrant isn't finished with her yet. And for Star Trek fans, that promise alone is enough to keep the stars shining a little brighter. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.